missing out on shit. I ain't missing out on shit. I ain't missing out on shit. Y'all missing out on shit. I ain't missing out on shit. I forgot. How can I miss out? Y'all ain't teaching me shit. How can I miss out on anything? You ain't teaching me a goddamn thing. Ain't teaching me shit. I ain't missing out on shit. Saturday, people ain't getting drunk. So I went outside, was walking around singing, I ain't missing out on shit. How can I miss out on anything when y'all ain't teaching a goddamn thing? I ain't missing out on shit. And people just looking, they got quiet in the motherfucker. Push the boundaries, niggas. You know what's funny? Somebody I grew up with, Snoo, I ain't gonna say the name, said, damn, Ray, you wasn't lying when you said them motherfuckers are operating out of the Netherlands or Norway or somewhere out there. I said, yeah, the small hat motherfuckers is controlling the scenes, and that's why you think they had motherfuckers believing that they could put their money in a certain country and they'd be untouchable. Shit. How stupid must we be? Oh, hey, it's new. They're gonna make. I can eat a filter fish. I can eat some sour shit. It has a chocolatey accent. The shit's good. I know one thing, when I ate a couple of tablespoons, I had to run upstairs. I had to fight like a mom. Well, this is cabbage. Nothing. I like to have salt, avocado, and red bell pepper. No red onion, because red onions with that there, I wouldn't have went live. I'd probably still be in the latrine. Well, I'd have still been in the shitter. Let's get it right. Let me let you know how this tastes together, though. With olive oil and vinegar. No parsley. All right, hold on. Let me get a good piece of salt on there, too, with the avocado. Hold on. Now I'm going to do this right here in front of y'all. I don't want y'all to be, if y'all start seeing me looking at men's booties or something, then you know then not to eat this shit. No, I'm just kidding. Ain't going to have me looking at no goddamn man's booty. Anyway. All right, let me get some of that bread up in there. I'm trying to stack it, y'all, so just chill. Just in case you. Oh my God. Might be one of them videos, y'all. It's Saturday. Y'all don't have to be here and listen to me read and talk shit. Hold on. Oh my God. Oh. How you run around and call me Mr. Poot? Toot here and a toot there, and everywhere's a toot toot. And where was Grinch? Oh my goodness. Even the cat's staying away from this. What you saying? You see something by the door. I wonder if it's a bird. I hope it ain't one of them little birds. The birds come to my door sometime and just dance there. Tweet, tweet, tweet. Right in front of my door. Nobody else's. I don't hear no tweeting though, so. Oh my God. And you know, damn it, I ran out of one thing. And you know I love my polenta. I love my grits. FedEx motherfucker came up to my door, dropped the box, didn't even lay it down and didn't ring the bell. I'm sitting here, he just walks away. I was wondering if the nigga might be drunk. So I called FedEx and told him. The motherfucker came to my door. And I know you ain't gonna do shit. Just dropped my box like he had to have it. No, that's not what's in it. It was something else. And walked away when I said, didn't ring the bell, knock nothing, punk motherfucker. I ain't never seen him before. Even laid down and said, who was that? I don't know. I never seen that motherfucker before. Because you know there is a branch of a form of military. Oh, you got to be selected or groomed for it. That don't follow no laws, no constitution. First, the constitution doesn't really apply to nobody but us. But I don't like arguing that because I feel like if the people want to live right, stop being racist in their fake ass democracy, their fake ass ideology of false democracy, and come around to learn the truth. then we'd be good. But there's a Navy and an Air Force and a bunch of individuals that do dumb shit on my soil, created by the small hat fucktards. Highly selected, highly trained. All they exist. Your dumb ass don't know it, but they exist. And I guarantee you, you're not something beside them unless they're just scoping the place out. To buy shit, maybe to test. Well, now you know. God damn, that's good. I bit my lip. Let's see, any blood? I bit it without even looking. Without looking. No, I'm saying without. I got blood. Cool. It's the salt. It does that. It drives me crazy. The vinegar. Or sour. That's what I meant. You need salt, people. Iodine in natural salt, not iodized, because they put a caking agent in the salt that fucks you up. So just pay attention when you go and get salt. If you don't know how to make it out of your stream, out of the ocean, which is not hard, but you got to be careful because there's a lot of oils and all kind of crap in the water. And if you don't know how to distill it appropriately and get the plastic ring mount and all that stuff, which boils up and beads up and becomes a lit, and almost looks like what fluoride looks like when cooked with calcium bicarbonate and all that stuff when it's hard at the bottom of your pot. You take that distilled water that drips off. Now you take that. If you like going out in the ocean, or if you're in a pier down in Florida or whatever, take your little plastic, well, if you got a PVA-free blue plastic cup, lower that down there with an inlet that you can make from the plastic cap, you can put on it. It's got a rubber ballast on it, what you call it on it, that if the water goes in, it can't come back out. You just glue it underneath with super glue on the cap. Take the cap. Let me show you, man. I be doing all this shit. I know y'all don't do it. All right, let's take this cap right here for a second. Say it's plastic. You cut a slit and you notch out a little hole. Why would you do it like that? Well, on this side is where you're gonna glue the rubber. Inner tube's fine, black rubber tire, not plastic, rubber. You're gonna super glue across that line and around here, and you're gonna put it on there, and it's gonna stick up there. Up here, you're gonna make that line first though, where you make the line where the glue is, make a little slit, like a little V or a pyramid. Now the rubber's covering, so you put it on top of the PVC-free bottle, a good bungee or power cord, tied real good like a net if you got to. Lower it into the deepest part of the ocean, pull it up. The water will go in, it won't come out, you got salt water. Now you take that salt water and you boil that, distill it again. Now you do this in a copper pan or a copper pot. Okay, it's not hard. You get you some goddamn electrical tape. It don't matter about getting hot, or duct tape, not Gorilla tape, but duct tape, because you don't mind it getting hot. You might mess it up, so you want to use this for permanently. You got a glass. All those come with that Pyrex lid. Get rid of that. I mean, you can keep it for something else. All right. You go ahead and get you what's it called? It's like a pizza lid. You cut it out. Get your little salsa or something, one of those jigs to cut with. Cut it out. Put that on top. Duct tape that down with a little hole with your copper tubing going up into a bigger, and let it boil. That steam goes down, purifies. Now what's left in that motherfucker is gonna be salt. That salt's got iodine in it, because that salt and water's been in with the kelp and all the mammals and the seaweed and the floral and all that stuff in the ocean. So it's iodine. It's full of iodine. Full of iodine. You take that little bit of salt and you melt it into that water, and there you fucking go. All right. gonna read a little bit of the guys eating today. While I'm sitting here biting my fucking lip and enjoying this wonderful platter. I feel like a little country and battle music today, if you don't mind. This old engine, that's how he's feeling. I bit my lip pretty good. Anyway, yesterday when we finished off, I read as far as what the Syrian tablet adds, and I'll go ahead and reiterate. Command that there be a plague. Let Nantar diminish their noise. Let disease, sickness, plague, and pestilence blow upon them like a tornado. Awesome. Or tornado. They commanded, and there was a plague. Nantar diminished their noise. Disease, sickness, plague, and pestilence blew upon them like a tornado. We know it's man-made, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm not reading this stuff to make you believe in outer worldly gods, this and other. I'm giving you puzzle pieces. I told you to look upon yourself for gods. Look upon yourself. Look inward instead of outward, because we give everything away. Stop giving it away. Excuse me. The tablets describe ghastly conditions in which food supplies were cut off, and I'm reiterating this so you can see where you're at today. Cut off, in which diseases were laid upon the people like constricted wombs and prevented childbirth, and in which starvation became so rampant that human beings, as one resembling influenza, were also visited upon Homo sapiens. Well, they became cannibalisms. All right, so we already cut all through that. Okay, now this is where we're at. According to the epic, is it the Gilgamesh? A Babylonian named Upnapishtim. I can't look at it because it stands out. Anyway, was approached by Prince Ea, who opposed the decision to destroy his creation, Homo sapiens. Ea told Pishtim, that the other gods planned to cause a deluge to wipe out the human race. Ea, who was described in other writings as a master shipbuilder and sailor, gave Utnapishtim, instructions on how to build a boat which could survive the flood. Utnapishtim, I can't look at the word, y'all. I got to look away. Just don't even ask. All right, followed Ea's directions and, with the help of friends, completed the vessel before the flooding began. Utnapishtim then loaded the boat with his gold, family, and livestock, along with craftsmen and wild animals, and hoisted off to sea. Babylonian and Syrian tablets relate that just prior to the flooding of the land, the custodians scorched it with flame. Then they flooded the region by causing a long rainstorm and by breaking the intricate system of dams and dikes. Actually, even the buildings of Tartaria have and it's funny, have a mark around them at certain different levels of complete burn. And it's throughout. If you go into the Grand Canyon, like if I was to take you over here and walk down in some of the places, the systems, you would see this black mark going all the way around. What is that from? I just wanted to iterate that. Anyway, then they flooded the region by causing a long rainstorm and by breaking the intricate system of dams and dikes that had been built in Mesopotamia to control the erratic flooding of the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The Gilgamesh epic relates that Utnapishtim, whatever the fuck, I can't do it, Fishtism, something like that. Anyway, and his crew survived the ordeal. When it was over, and we all saying Noah and all this other shit, but anyway, Gilgamesh. When it was over, they sought out dry land by releasing a series of 3 birds. If a bird did not return to the boat, Utnapishtim, would know that it had found dry land nearby on which to alight. To alight. Do you know what that means? Once back on solid ground, Utnapishtim was joined by several custodians returning from out of the sky. Instead of destroying the survivors, a degree of leniency prevailed, and the custodians transported the surviving humans to another region to live. The tale of Unapishtim should ring a bell with anyone who is familiar with the biblical story of Noah and the ark. That is because the tale of Noah, like many other stories in the Old Testament, is taken from older Mesopotamian writings. Yeah. Um, Biblical authors simply altered names and changed the many gods of the original writings into one God or Lord. And that's why I told y'all, look up the etymology of the word God and Lord. And it does not apply to something that is significantly above all things. For it cannot, or they, or whatever, it cannot be named. It has no reason to be called upon. We lost that privilege. Nor did we have to call upon it. Now, but it knows our pains and tears. That's part of the writings, for it hears our cries. It doesn't demean or denote not something else. So stop letting this language be your guide. Let's look inside yourself and let the deep, darker abode of feelings rise above the feelings of lies. Anyway, of the original writings into one God or Lord, the Hebrew religion, the Hebrew religion, which that is law, we know that has been changed phonetically in all ways. Probably 100% by these bastards. The latter change was an unfortunate one because it caused the supreme being to be blamed for the brutal acts that earlier writers had attributed to the very ungodlike custodians. So wouldn't you persecute something and put it away? We have a sister going around doing this teaching about Lilith and Eve. Eve means the dawn or dusk of something, not necessarily a person or woman, not denoting. But to believe that Lilith bore children into this world that can mitigate their own into creation. This is what happens when you have sisters and brothers who consummate religion, and then they have no backstories or anything to bring the narrative forward. Sisters, be mindful and careful when you listen to others. And it's always these sisters who I see pushing and watching this TikToker or whatever she is. No, I'm not meaning to demean her. I'm just bringing a little reality to the situation, how you can look at things. But you're always going to have those ones pushing black thought. You run from that. And when they go to this conscription that Lilith bore Eve in, and a woman needs not a man, you stay away from that idiot, because she is subjugated to her own terms of broken philosophies, ill wills, and ornaments of dastardly behavior. When people get themselves together, they tend to forget what direction and focus they require to take them in a certain way. And when you hear something like that, and yet we both stand, something is wrong with those individuals. You pay attention and you see them for what they are and who and how they carry themselves. And you, if need be, sisters, and together in unison, you stop them on that journey they've embarked on. And if you say that works for you, then keep it to yourself, because there is no way that we can stand alone and there's two of us here in this ornamental situation. It's all an ornament. Well, it depends on what ornament you want to hang, an ugly one or a beautiful one. This is so good, y'all. I'm gonna be on that toilet like I'm retarded or something. No, this is just. I meant to put some chickpeas on there. Have the protein. I love protein. Plant-based protein. Oh, there's some in here, but not enough for my size. I want some of these avocados. The red. Oh, the B17 that comes out the red. Almost like the apricot seed. Don't go shaving an apricot seed if you don't know what you're doing. Mess yourself up, okay? I go camping, I'm taking number vegetables. And my grits. You can kiss my grits! Let me show y'all what they look like. The other ones have empty, so I always order 3. And it took like 3 weeks to get here. So y'all be careful when y'all ordering stuff, man. It ain't what it used to be. It ain't no 3-4 days, man. Oh, you want to see the other one? Oh, you want to see the other grit? I'm reading, y'all. What's Saturday? What y'all doing? Y'all drinking? Y'all smoking weed? I got some weed. I ain't drinking though. No more wine, no nothing. I'm tired of alcohol, man. No, fuck that. Let me show you the other one though. And you stay away from my plate. Eat some cabbage and you be done running back and forth, shitting everywhere. You can't say that. I know you're right behind me, bro. You know I love you. You little stinky dude. No, we'll show them the big one. I don't want to show them the half because I might spill that. You know how I can get. Why you jump on my foot, man? You always got to jump right on my foot, man. You see me walking, you just jump right on my foot. I'm gonna open this one up for y'all. This is one. I have a half. The other one's half, and I don't want to pull it up because I tore the top, so I got it in the Ziploc bag. This one I'm gonna try and do. So I can show y'all what this looks like. This is what I'm used to seeing when I was young. Grandma used to make grits, and then white grits too. So, not that Quaker crap. I used to go and get grits and eggs from the Quakers, and that grits did not look like Quaker oatmeal grits. I don't know what the hell these people doing. I guess they figured we all just got dumb all of a sudden. Now, this is the other one's half full. It's in the Ziploc bag. Them the kind of grits I'm used to. And those right there. The polenta, excellent. Y'all remember those from going way back. This white grits that's no good. And this, if you like to eat butter, get ghee. Don't eat that crap. People, stop eating that plant-based butter. That shit is deadly. And it will raise your estrogen levels, men. And women, it can cause irregularities in your menstrual cycle. Okay? Real grits. All right? You know I'm always going to show you something. No, I got some more tea. Let's get into the next book. George Jones. Oh, no, we're going to read that one last because Heaven Bearers is done until I get the other books. Thank you for anybody donated. Thank you. I didn't check. Well, I'll check, and I'll send you a message and everything, all right? All right, here we go. George Jones, An Original History of Ancient America. This is my model building music right here. When I'm building a model, this is what I listen to. Oh, that's some good stuff right there. Oh, that's nice. Good. All right. Oh, excuse me. I'm feeling so good, y'all. A little light workout. I did 45-pound shoulder presses, and oh man, I feel good. Watching some stuff. I didn't go to the thing, I need to go in there and pick up my quilts. Put them up, actually. All right. Original history of ancient America. In the further corridor, the wall was in some places broken and had several separate coats of plaster and paint, proofs of different periods. In one place, we counted 6 layers, each of which had the remains of colors. This corridor opened to a second courtyard, 80 feet long and but 30 feet across. The floor of the corridor was 10 feet above that of the courtyard, and on the wall underneath were square stones with hieroglyphic sculptures upon them. On the piers were stuccoed figures, but in a ruined condition. Now, we read this, I just want to reiterate it. On the other side of the courtyard were 2 ranges of corridors, which terminated the building in this direction. And the first of them is divided into 3 apartments with doors opening from the extremities upon the western corridor, and all the piers are standing, excepting that on the northwest corner, all are covered with stucco ornaments, and one with hieroglyphics, and the rest contains figures and bas reliefs. There are several distinct and independent buildings, and in brackets it states, within the confines of the temple. And the principal of these is the tower. On the south side of the second court, this tower is conspicuous by its height and proportions. The base is 30 feet square, and it has 3 stories, entering over a heap of rubbish at the base. We found within another tower, distinct from the outer one, and a stone staircase, and so narrow that a large man could not ascend it. Wow. The staircase terminates against a dead stone ceiling, closing all further passage, and the whole tower was a substantial stone structure, and in its arrangements and purposes about as incomprehensible as the sculptured tablets. East of the tower is another building with 2 corridors and one richly decorated with pictures in stucco, and having in the center an elliptical tablet. It is 4 feet long and 3 feet wide, of hard stone, set in the wall, and the sculpture is in bas relief. Around it are the remains of a rich stucco border, and the principal figure sits cross-legged, for example, orientally, on a couch ornamented with 2 leopards' heads, and the attitude is easy. The physiognomy, I'm saying the word wrong, my apologies. That's how it is with me sometimes. The same as that of the other personages, and the expression calm and benevolent. The figure wears around its neck a necklace of pearls, beads of gold, to which is suspended by a small medallion containing a face, perhaps for an image of the sun. And from the positive radii around the medallion, in parentheses, it states as presented by the artist, and there can be no hesitation in distinctly stating that it was intended for an image of the sun. This is essential in identifying the analogy of religious worship. Bullshit. I hate when they add their little ideology, religion, this, that, and other. They want to hold you, regardless of them explaining truths. It also gives further authority for the belief that this edifice was a temple and not a palace. The Tower of Palenque also aids this belief, for from its locality, it would seem to have been used as a modern Oriental minaret. Oriental minaret. Go to damn. From which the priests summoned the people to prayer. I'm not going to say nothing else after that, because they've always got to do this. And it's just garbage. And next we'll get into the subjects of many other things as we're heading with this, okay? I really have disdain, not to disrupt the reading, because I don't have emotional feelings bound into it. I have to check people, because you will get it and you'll run with it. And you can't do that. You know what I mean? You just can't. For safety, right? Right? Let's get on the Kessler. I was talking to somebody and they said, man, if it wasn't America, I said America, Americas. There was no, it was an E and it was an I. It was never no A and no S. That's implying something else. And he says, what else was it called? Well, I said, a year ago I told y'all that. Well, a year before that. And I said, but there's a statement. You can use that to find what it is. And it's Novia Orbis Paternus Borealis, like in the Northern Lights. I said, if you want to look up Americae, Sicilicat, some shit like that, look it up. Find out. It's not, I'm just remembering that by tone. But look it up. So, old world maps. Like, be smarter than the Google. It's a land not named after what people think it is, nor is it that name. It's a people. It's a republic. It's living. It's a living thing. Oh, so many people have been conditioned and broken. And there's more to it, but a little at a time. Here we go. Arthur Kessler, the 13th Tribe. Excuse me for not showing the other book. George Jones. Okay. An original history of ancient America. And y'all know what the Book of Eden looks like, right? Let's show you guys again. The gods of Eden, excuse me. All right, let's go ahead and get into this Arthur Kessler's 13th Tribe. Chapter 7. During the 2 centuries of Kuman rule, followed by the Mongol invasion. That's what the Great Wall was built for. It was built for something other than that, but them as well. The eastern steppes were once more plunged into the Dark Ages, and the latter history of the Khazars is shrouded in even deeper obscurity than their origin. The references of the Khazar state and its final period of decline, if you wanted to subjugate a people to a very terrible world, wouldn't you take the identity of those who are most listened to, who are practical with truth? And wouldn't you make sure that the ancestors are dead and the children learn of the new lie? And wouldn't you subjugate them by doing it slowly? I'm only asking. The references to the Khazar state and its final period of decline are found mainly in Muslim sources, but they are, as we shall see, so ambiguous, maybe that's why they're so hard-pressed murdering them, they're halflings, and so ambiguous that almost every name, date, and geographical indication is open to several interpretations, and historians famished for facts have nothing left but a few bleached bones to gnaw at, like starving bloodhounds in the forlorn hope of finding some hidden morsel to sustain them. Peep this. In the light of what has been said before, it appears that the decisive event precipitating the decline of Khazar power was not Sviatoslav's victory, but Vladimir's conversion. How important was it, in fact, that victory, which 19th century historians habitually equated with the end of the Khazar state? It was no end. They just transcribed and took over the coup d'etat. Remember I read that early on? Who we were. And there was a lot of wars and fightings going on as they usurped and mitigated between all individuals and the people who subjugated themselves to them, which they willfully enrolled in all, whether it's Islam or Christianity, whatever, and they usurped and bought into that to mitigate change, to change the narrative to where we're at right now. I mean, Hitler was a Ashkenazi. They want to come with that, oh, he was half his mama. Oh, no, his mama and daddy both were Ashkenazi. Just like Ava Braun, which 19th century historians habitually equated with the end of the Khazar state. We remember that the Russian Chronicles mentions only the destruction of Sarkel, the fortress, but not the destructions of Itil. Itil again, y'all. The capital that Itil was indeed sacked and devastated, we know from several Arab sources, which are too insistent to be ignored. But when and by whom it was sacked is by no means clear. Ibn Hawqal, the principal source, says it was done by the Rus, who utterly destroyed Khazarian and Samander and Itil, all apparently believing that Khazarian and Itil were different towns, whereas we know that they were one twin town. And his dating of the event differs from the Russian chronicles dating of the fall of Sarkel, which Ibn Hawqal does not mention at all. What if they wrote in that they destroyed it and it was never destroyed? Because as I said, who you think created Marxism and fascism? Anyway, stuff is not complicated, y'all. Anyway, just as the Chronicle does not mention the destruction of Itil accordingly, Marquardt suggests that Itil was sacked by Sviatoslav's, I got to get that word down one day, Rus, who only got as far as Sarkel, but by some fresh wave of Vikings. Wow. To complicate matters a little more, the second Arab source, Ibn Miskaweh, says that it was a body of Turks which descended on Khazaria in the critical year 965. Well, aren't we aware that the Turks, by Kadar, like the Khazars, his cousins, they're related? Anyway, well, we're talking about the Ottomans who conquered Turkey. And now they kind of look just like the Arabs, right? And not like the original Ottomans. By Turks, he may have meant the Rus, as Barthold maintained, but it could also have been a marauding horde of Pechenegs. For instance, it seems that we shall never know who destroyed Itil, however long we chew the bones of the cud, right? And how seriously was it destroyed? The principal source, Ibn Hawqal, first speaks of the utter destruction of Itil, but then he also says, writing a few years later, that Khazarian is still the center on which the Rus trade converges. Thus, the phrase utter destruction may have been an exaggeration, overly so. This is the more likely because he also speaks of the utter destruction of the town of Bulgar, capital of the Bulgars. Yet the damage which the Rus caused in Bulgar could not have been too important, as we have coins that were minted there in the year 976 and 77. Only about 10 years after Vyacheslav, I'm going to get that word down. My apologies, my Russian brothers. Raid. And in the 13th century, Bulgar was still an important city, as Dunlop put it. It just took a little bit of that. Because, boy, we'll get into the ultimate source of all the information in the next part. Boy, I tell you, boy, they've been running around just the hacking and the jacking. I mean, who gave them the information to do this stuff? I mean, come on now. Something ain't normal. It's like they came here and they already came with plans laid out. You know what I mean? Oh, seriously, something ain't right. Man, y'all just don't know, boy. Raw. And with fermented black soybeans, the way they're supposed to look, man. We're getting ready to get into pale horse. Oh shit. Hold on, guys. Just to let you know about fermented soy, you can look it up. Men, it could be that GMO soy raise estrogen. It can benefit women. Not healthy though. Fermented soy can stop the loss of estrogen. We all start growing beards and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Getting them moles and tabs and shit. Men, the isoflavonoids can bind to estrogen receptors in the body and cause either weak estrogenic or anti-estrogenic activity. There you go. Now you can look up the GMO shit yourself. I think the nigga that explained that 8-9 years ago, I think that was more than enough information. And the same thing with glyphosates and all that. So, hold on. Make sure you put fermented. Especially if you eat too much of this shit. Even negro frios, that means black beans. Eating too many of them could do the same thing. Regular old black beans, brothers. So all that dirty Louisiana black bean, yeah. Get the goddamn pinto beans and don't eat the navy beans too. They're fucking worthless. Kidney beans, fiber and protein. A couple of tablespoons, no more. All right. Add a little turmeric to it with ginger, and you really bring it back. All right. You want your gut health. You don't want to run around with your testicles becoming ovaries and shit. Here we got Behold the Pale Horse by William Cooper. And you know it says Namaste at the end. All right. I remember that we was over here. We finished off. My recommendation is that no patriot should ever be at home or at the home of any family member on any holiday ever again until the traitors have been hung and the Constitution restored as the supreme law of the land. And we really need to be hanging these bastards. But they picking the most sadists and sadistic and they're showing them some otherworldly material weapons. And so, I mean, if they came to me, would I join them? Because I'm tired of hard-headed niggas. You goddamn right. And I wouldn't be able to wait to unleash the hell on you. I'm serious, but see, I would be different from them. I'm not a sadist. I say, I told you, ass. Now take this. That's what I be doing. I told you. Now take this and get some of this. Yeah, honestly. So tired of you lazy ass. Not y'all, but you know what I mean. You can share this with them if they got an issue. Some sources state that Mountain Weather is virtually an underground city complete with dormitories, private apartments, streets, sidewalks, cafeterias, hospitals, water purification systems, a power plant, office buildings, a lake fed by fresh water from underground springs, a mass transit system, and many other astounding things. And it's not the only one. Mount Weather, that's everybody knows about that. What about the ones nobody knows about? Several disturbing facts emerge when one researches mountain weather. If they dug down 17 miles, like we're talking about with damn things that dig tunnels. People don't pay attention to nothing that's going on in the world. Several disturbing facts emerge when one researches mountain weather. One is the conclusion that a complete parallel government exists. At this site, 9 federal departments exist there: Agriculture, Commerce, HUD, Interior, Labor, State, Transportation, and the Treasury. Apparently, at least 5 federal agencies are also in residence: FCC, Selective Service, Federal Power Commission, Civil Service Commission, and the Veterans Administration. 2 privately owned corporations have offices at Mount Weather, and the Federal Reserve and the U.S. Post Office. There is also an office of the presidency. What makes all this upsetting is that there is a president and a complete set of cabinet officers in residence at Mountain Weather. Who are they and who appointed them? Where is such a thing provided for in the Constitution of the United States of America? I wish they would start saying United States of America. It's just in the Republic of fucking America. When people come talking to me, I had somebody that said to me the other day, right, watching my videos, a lot of people out here. So you don't believe in the United States of America? No, motherfucker, I don't. If you watch the video, that's where you got it from. The Republic of America, motherfucker. And tell me something else. You a native? Man, and I always tell people, get the fuck out of my face, and I don't talk to them again. And then, see me later, you're red. Oh, man, no. Keep 6 feet, bro. And that's because that's how quick I can jump on you and knock you out. Do that. Do me that favor until I feel like right now cease and they exist. Do that until I feel like talking to you. Y'all think I'm kidding. I bet you do. I bet y'all really believe I'm kidding, don't you? Who's this little uppity nigga who can walk around like he's got gelatin brand pudding and go around and do the things all by his goddamn self? Who said I was by myself? Anyway, where is such a thing provided for in the Constitution of America, the Republic of America? I just helped you out there, buddy. I hope you're clapping and watching. Mountain Weather is the operational center, the hub, of over 96 other underground federal relocation centers scattered across the Americas. They're United States. Well, you better be smarter than that. The majority of these appear to be concentrated in Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and North Carolina. Each of these facilities contains computer data banks holding information and not on enemy agents. Not on enemy agents. Soviet diplomats or suspected terrorists, but on American citizens, patriots. And you see that right now. Now they put it out in your face. Is that telling you anything? A list of other files kept at the facilities was furnished to the Subcommittee on Constitutional Rights in 1975. The list included military installations, government facilities, communications, transportation, energy and power, agriculture, manufacturing, wholesale and retail services, manpower, financial, medical, and educational institutions, sanitary facilities, population housing shelter, and stockpiles. The committee concluded that these databases operate with few, if any, safeguards or guidelines. I'm going to say something at the end of this right here. Mess your head up a little bit, but anyway. Senator James Brickz, Democrat, South Dakota, a member of the subcommittee, said, "I feel the entire operation has eluded the supervision of either Congress or the courts." Chairman Tunney said, "Mountain weather is out of control. Nothing was done by Congress to rectify the situation. However, and mountain weather remains out of control." Many former high-level officials have stated this, y'all. Now, let me say this. What if our good old Vietnam chap here, William Cooper, put all this together by order of his higher command? Oh, Mr. Cooper is an Ashkenazi himself. And then he was disappeared down in southern Arizona in a so-called shootout where he appeared dead, but not really a whole lot of blood anywhere. But anyway, if you looked at the pictures as I have, surprised, I've seen a lot of shootouts and I've seen a lot of puddles. And I've seen some straight up, and even me getting shot in the mouth, I didn't have a lot of blood until later on when I decided to spit out some teeth bones and stuff. And my tongue swelled up about the size of a goddamn cow's tongue. But like I said, that's why I can't make a point now. Oh, but I can still tickle it. Don't get it fucked up. I can't make a point like I used to. I used to make a point on my tongue. I can't. And it's scar tissue. So, all right, next book. DNA of the Gods, the Anunnaki, creation of Eve, and the alien battle for humanity. I gotta take another forkful. This is no copyright. This is all on YouTube. This is their little background music. Oh my God, this is so good. Now, this black soy, I eat it once a month, maybe twice. If I have fish, let's say if I have salmon, I put that in the middle of it when I bake it in the oven with garlic and ginger pieces and lemons on top. Dead ass serious. And I eat the whole sliced lemon and ginger pieces with the salmon. That inside, man, is fermented. Probiotic 1000. Oh yeah, when I get over here, I'm gonna be running up there making an excursion to the gentleman's parlor. And be empty like, wow. And look, you gotta have control though. You don't stuff yourself. You let your stomach be empty. Drink some water. Coconut water. Pour a little lime in there. All right. This is by Chris Hardy. Okay. They have these African women over there as family, and this pale lady and this Chinese lady are always meeting them. They brought them here before they even had a car and anything. Doesn't make sense. And then there's this green truck. The guy looks like a military person. Anyway, let's get on and read this. Wow. Y'all, excuse me, I watch everything. All right. So what do we see? The operation stopped short, suspended. We could imagine a real-time hologram of the space around Earth and all the way to Nibiru, showing all movements of spacecrafts as well as all celestial objects, not reiterating, but readdressing where we left off. And of course, whatever its nature, the power may be nuclear or electrical, but most probably altogether unthinkable for us, and light, Edom. went out and the machines humming died off. And last but not least, the orbiting space station was in any case blind and its communication channel disrupted, and maybe it couldn't survey the sky anymore. But that was not all Zhu achieved in one theft. Okay, now we reiterated that. Excuse me. We can surmise that the Tablet of Destinies was thus a specific computer program with its data set included, allowing to run a permanent control of the sky, of the spaceships, and of the space station. What is puzzling for us is that these task-oriented computers seem to come, each one, in only a unique version, and that the rule of function is attached to it. Whoever owns it becomes the leader of that specific domain. Here the bond, heaven, earth. Bond, heaven, earth. Heaven bearers. Let me see if I can pull that one up. I want to show you all this. Just have to go out there while I'm reading. Fathead mother. No, I'll beat your ass, but I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna be nice today. I want to see if I have it in here. Ooh, where did that come from? Doopy. I know it's in here. What is that called? I think I got it. Oh, I got it. I just want to make sure I got it. I wanted to show y'all something. I believe this is it. It might be the only one, right? I think this is it. This is it. Okay. Just want to make sure. Yeah. Ah, shit. There we go, downloads. All right, it looks like a barcode. Remember this right here? Well, I was just reading. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot right there. Yeah. Anyway, here, the bond, heaven, earth. All right. So anyway, remember this Machu Picchu, the statue found there? Can we make that up? No, we can't make that up. Oh, we could. Just like the pyramids of Giza lines up with the three, which call it sisters, the stars, and never changes. So, I mean, we're whipping through space around some sun and blah, 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 blah. Just, why are them stars still there? Some idiot said, oh, that's because we're spinning towards, oh, shut the fuck up. Earth's this big, million Earths and one sun, with all these other planets whipping around and moons and everything, just beating the past this trillions of miles wide through, and space is just empty all around it. What the fuck? Also, they give us fake solar systems up, but then they show pictures of the hand of God and the finger of God and all this other bullshit. The CGI shit. That's probably somewhere in the water as bigger than you can even imagine in somebody's brain, and they're showing you a picture making you believe it's outer space when it's inner space. And they just happen to still be right the fuck there every fucking night. And all through the fucking night. And people still walking around talking about, I believe the Earth's a spinning ball. Take your retarded, redundant ass elsewhere. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this on. In our information technology society, we understand how an ME chip can manage a whole technological facility, such as Marduk's waterworks. Because we know that a tiny chip is able to send and receive microwave and signals at a distance, to communicate with and manage huge machines in a far-away space station or on a space probe. Furthermore, we have reasons to anticipate that crystals could be used as multi-layered three-dimensional chips in data storage nanocomputers of sorts. But we have to remember that it was impossible for the early translators of the tablets to understand such feats before our computer science got to that miniaturization point in the 1980s. Isn't it funny? But before the 1800s, oh, they knew of many things. In stark contrast, or relativity, they just couldn't figure it all out. Complex technology, we are hard put to fathom the working of ME such as Godship, and the way Inanna instantly becomes a queen after making off with it, or the way Zu was able to appropriate the Enlil ship. And then we'll get into next the MEs of Enki and the Abzu. And that's going to be pretty interesting. Excuse me. Excuse me. One of y'all say God bless you, I'm going to punch you in your mouth. The Book of Giants, the Watchers in Nephilim, and the Book of Enoch by Joseph Lincoln. Let me stop. Oh, he pulled off. Good. He was all that bloom, 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 bloom. I was about to go on and say, you're my man. You're my man. You in the Airbnb and you just working here. Chill that shit out. I ain't want to ruin this weekend though. Okay. Here we go. All right. We're back over here. Turn it down a little more. All right. And over here we had read my Confederate hat, my ballistic cap. Let's put it right there for a minute. We read Revelation 21 last time we were here, and it said, "Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first time, heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from the Creator, prepared as a bride beautifully dressed for her husband." So I don't believe it's a land. Now we know that we've been conscripted in to look at this big piece of land coming out of the... Doesn't that sound like a big ship of some sort? Or maybe it's who we are coming down, descending. I'm just throwing the speculative. I want you to think beyond the scope of what, and the parameters of what we've been allowed or permitted. Okay, let me go on. Anyway, beautifully dressed for her husband. Her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Now the dwelling of God is with men, and he will live with them. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and be their God. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and there will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain." Aren't those all the same? "For the old order of things has passed away." It sounds like somebody wanting to establish a new world order. But anyway, he who was seated on the throne said, "I am making everything new." Then he said, "Write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true." I need y'all to be mindful, open-minded. I'm not talking about we started accepting fascism and this, that, and all this other goofy stuff. And that's my boy. "And in those days, Enoch received books of indignation and wrath and books of turmoil and confusion, and there will be no mercy for them, says the host of spirits. And in those days, a whirlwind carried me off from the earth and set me down at the end of heaven. And there I saw, there I saw another vision, the dwelling places of the holy, and the resting places of the righteous. Here my eyes saw the dwelling places of his righteous angels, and the resting places of the holy ones." Listen, his righteous angels. Now remember, and I was reading in Nos Confoundum, where it says just two different people of angels out there, and the custodians attempted to beat them, but they fought back and they won. And so they made a deal, but the angel says they want no part of it. But the angels didn't like what was going on, and there was one whose wings and everything and their spiritual elevation was pretty high, but not as high as ours can be. And one was mechanical, the other one was flesh-like wings, and that was on what earth? They couldn't conquer them. Now, who's to say they didn't go back and try again? But everybody's out on the outside making weapons. They're bettering their position and everything, and they're just waiting. What are they waiting on? They're waiting on you and me. Here my eyes saw the dwelling places of his righteous angels and the resting places of the holy ones. And they petitioned and interceded and prayed for the children of men. And righteousness flowed before them. Prayed for the, listen to this, for the children of men? Who would do that? Somebody outside of here who's a witness to everything that's going on, who's seen the calamity and damage by these bastards. Flowed before them like water, and mercy fell like dew on the earth. Thus it is among them forever and ever. So it didn't say nothing about no rain or nothing, because I keep telling y'all, rain is not real. It's a creation. It's a construct. And in that place, my eyes saw the elect one of righteousness and of faith. And I saw his dwelling place under the wings of the Lord of spirits, I say host. And righteousness shall prevail in his days, and the righteous and elect shall be innumerable and will be before him forever and ever. And yet they want y'all to call them elites, the frauds. The elect, elite. Isn't that kind of, I'm just saying, just putting it out there. I'm not saying that was a fact or fiction. I'm just putting it out there. And all the righteous and elect ones before him shall be as bright as fiery lights, and their mouth shall be full of blessings, and their lips shall praise the name of the host of spirits. Righteousness and truth before him shall never fail. Now, is this talking about our creator, the creations, or is it talking about the enemy? We know that they have perverted a lot of things to make sure that our energy is sent in the wrong direction. I'm just saying, who's colluding with who? And we know that most of these preachers and these bishops and popes, they're all liars. So who do they really serve? When you see Farrakhan dressed up in his Masonic shit, saying all that goofy stuff, talking about the Eastern Stars, I was over in Edinburgh, Scotland, they laugh at that shit. They said, damn, the women don't even know what a Mason is, huh? What is this Eastern Star shit? I says, yeah, I know. When I tell people this is the East, they got all these dumb motherfuckers running around calling this the West, that's one secret that is well known. Well, my uncle, 33rd, made sure I knew that. This is the old world, the East, Asia superior. But the dumb world don't know no better. And damn sure the Peckerwoods, they're coming around. I don't want to call you that, but if you're still calling yourself white, you're a Peckerwood to me. The fuck, and I don't mean in a good fucking way when I say it. Not that I really care. Exposing the Expositions, 1851-1915, revised edition 2021 from the 2019. I have, which you just don't buy it. This one's good, all right, by Howdy Mikowski. Chalaga. Not named after no mongrel, Gog or Magog, or no fake motherfucking Chinese wannabe native and this, that, other, or no Peckerwood, no damn Sicilians and all you have, you Burt Lancaster and Charles Colbert, and all the motherfuckers that want to play Indian. Sons of bitches. I'm glad they're all fucking dead, and they are very dead. They don't know what the fuck's going on. They can't hear or see shit. No matter how many times y'all bore somebody into this world and make them believe they know something. Tell them the whole history and make them believe that they're the person gone when they're not them at all. Yeah, well, that's what's going on. Trust me. Okay. The Star Force. Last time we covered this. There seems to have been utility poles way back in the 1860s. Old Russian photographs are good to show these. There are no wires attached to any of them, so they are not for early telephone or telegraph. Remember that? Now we're down here. The world is covered with star forts. Remember I told you can look at them, go and pay attention in Georgia and Florida and New York. Pay attention. Now, they didn't change them a lot. What do you think goddamn Statue of Liberty is on? Oh, Statue of Liberty. The Frenchman made it. Frenchman made mixed shit. Anyway, the world is covered with star forts, claimed to be built simply for defense. Many cannons to fire off the same line. In parentheses, it states, there are some odd things that I never noticed about them. Firstly, is their intricate geometric design patterns, similar in many cases to the beauty of the rose windows of cathedrals or snow windows of the windows, of cathedrals or snowflakes, cathanodes, or whatever you want to call it. Secondly, that water always surrounds them. And finally, the stories throughout history of armies not able to conquer them, no matter the weaponry at hand. No matter the weaponry at hand. Prince of Wales Star Fort in northern Manitoba, for example. The history of the Star Forts, nobody was able to break through them. So what really was going on? What really existed? You know, we always talk about the Greek fire, right? I told you you can take water and you can make water burn to a point where it creates fire. But nobody wants to believe that, do you? The research, I know some things. The research now seems to indicate that star forts did provide a defensive protection, but not how one thinks. Most early European cities were surrounded by such star fortresses protection. And in parentheses it states, now mostly dismantled for expansive city building. Something about the shape not only created a harmonic energy pattern within the area of the walls, but also was seemingly able to protect the city, perhaps from energy or sound related attacks. Bible stories such as a trumpet being used to knock down the walls of Jericho are not simple metaphors. Sound has great power, and harnessed as a weapon is near impossible to stop. Cathedrals and star forts, along with their other purposes, why do you think they took all the goddamn bells down between the late 18 to mid 1900s? They took all these bells that are bigger than the Liberty Bell. That was bullshit, the Liberty Bell. Pure bullshit. Their bells bigger than that we had here. And they took them all down, sent them overseas, melted them down, buried a bunch of them. Scared the fuck out. Near impossible to stop. Anyway, cathedrals and star forts, along with their other purposes, may have helped to protect cities from sound or energy-based attacks, at least for a while. For as the section coming on fires seems to indicate, something was eventually able to penetrate the defenses. The star forts are laid out as a worldwide grid, and they may interact with each other. Thus, the more star forts that were active and being used might have, in a sense, made each in the series stronger, operating almost like a giant set of interconnected batteries. I want to present why this ancient architecture is important from the standpoint of energy and psychology. When I see any modern building, and in parentheses it states, such as the new Chicago Federal Building in the 1960s in Chapter 3, which we looked at, y'all, for those who following along, remember, it is only the functional use of space. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and pull back on Chapter 3 and show you that building, okay? Excuse me. All right, where you at, little brother? Did I pass you? Wait. No. Yeah, here it goes. All right, Illinois Building in Chicago Exposition. All right, here it states again, such as the new Chicago Federal Building of the 1960s in Chapter 3. So when we think about that, when I see any modern building, and they say this is the new Chicago Federal Building. Old Chicago Federal Building constructed 18. This is the old one. I want y'all to see the old one compared, and then I want y'all to dig up what the new one looked like. I'm not going to have you look it up. All right. This is the old Chicago Federal Building. This thing was ginormous, and it went deep underground. I know he put new. He's being sarcastic. He does that. Do you see how big? Oh, shit. I lost the page, y'all. My dumb ass. I'm right back on it. I'm like that. Anyway, it is only the functional use of space. It is, in fact, devoid of soul, devoid of energy, because it is not built from ancient principles that symbolizes our modern world. Excuse me. Did I show you the right one? That's the old Chicago. So Chapter 3. Did I put a mark by it? Because there's a lot of there are pictures in here. I just don't show them all. I might have to pull up the picture of it because the new one doesn't. That's the old one. The new one don't look nothing like that. And that's got all kind of life to it. I'm about to pull it up. That is the old Chicago Federal Building. That thing looks like God dog. You know. Anyway, y'all can pull up the new one. Shit. Let's go ahead and finish reading this. Okay. Anyway. It is in fact devoid of soul, devoid of energy, because it is not built from ancient principles. The symbol that symbolizes our modern world. Now look again at the building from 1908. It has energy and life. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. And you know what? If the you know what he gave. Remember, I was reading to y'all where to look at them. You got to go and look. That's where you got to look at them. All right. This right here is the old Chicago building. This right here, Federal Building. This is a building at Chicago Exposition in 1893. Now we're talking about a picture that you can look at that is steeped on 1908, which is that one. So anyway, it has energy and life and more. It is almost alive, bringing Greece, Rome, and Egypt to our doorsteps and lives. Greece, Rome, and Egypt. Can you see that in there? Parthenon, everything is there. I don't think that building exists no more, y'all. Not like that, at least. I have to look it up. Okay? I'll look it up. Excuse me. Anyway, Egypt to our doorsteps and lives. And that is because I do not think these older buildings are emulating a style from the ancient world. They may have been part of the same world. Not only have we been lied to, we have had the very structures that create harmony, healing, and balance taken away. They were not just things to look nice, though great effort was done to do just that. Their entire layout, geometry, use of Tesla energy, we know it's not called, they just using Tesla's name, you know that. Anyway, sound cymatics and the like went into them. It might have become a courthouse after the reset of the 1850s, but what it was before that is unknown. Perhaps part of a giant whole of harmonic principles equal to what can be found in charters. How do you say? He didn't spell chakras. He didn't spell it right at all. Dude, slow down. The Duomo, Luxor Temple, or any great edifice. These truly are award temples, and we are losing the few that are left. How soon might all the memory of these buildings be gone, lost in the tenor of modern art? A few black lines drawn on canvases, or the new federal building. Damn, boy, they just fucked up some shit. Let me pull this. Let me see if I can pull that up. 1908. Come on, dude. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When you think about it, this thing was badass, y'all. And today, they kept a little bit of it and they done bastardized it and made it look like a piece of shit. All right. Here goes to 1886. You know what? Let me save them and then I'll show them in hopefully a bigger image. Okay. In 1886, Chicago Federal Building, and then we'll pull up the 1910, which is the one that it's still quite beautiful, and I believe that they just made it one. As far as the wiki is described, it's a different angle of picture that's been taken. So let me make sure I get it. And it stood for a long time before they decided. You know how these mother suckers are. Okay. I believe it's still there. Let me see if I can pull up the... No, it's not. Well, not like that. They built all around it a bunch of crap. It'd be hard to even recognize it, I believe. Except for those of you who go there. All right, let me go back. I want to see. Federal Center, buildings of Chicago. Yeah. Yeah, they destroyed it. For those of you in Chicago, I guess you know better than I do. Right? So anyway, let's go ahead. 1886. This is it. This is one. This is the first. And then, this is the one that I showed you from an angle. Now, from what I'm understanding, the thing I was reading when I was downloading the last one, these buildings are actually right across, or was across from each other. They're both gone. And here, I guess you could say, is around 1920 or 30. You can already see it's in disarray. Yeah. It's become boring with all the bullshit raised around it, nobody knowing its true purpose. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that pretty? That's just fucked up, ain't it? Anyway, let me read one more part. I never understood why this was true until I ran into the book Serpent in the Sky by John Anthony West. Serpent in the Sky, pretty weird. Who used an entire chapter to present how the ancients viewed art, which was not something to be looked at or create certain feelings or ideas in the person looking at it, but to create universal harmony. The same principle in every single person viewing it should occur from the art. In fact, the very space on earth to harmonize sky and ground and person and animal in one infused harmonic whole. That's all I want for all of us. It can be seen in every statue or painting in Florence, every cathedral, every monastery. That was the old world. The world, the modern, has wanted to destroy. And they keep that to keep the people humble, docile, to not look beyond, to make them believe that their work is important when actually the work they're doing is steeped in a lie. Isn't that intrusive? Isn't it indicative of how the enemy will work to use the beauty things in places of darkness and to confirm and condition people to do the willing and then select those who they believe they can utilize who will do the worst? This is so fucking good. How'd y'all like the reading today? My apologies. I don't study really a lot of Russian, y'all. In the Navy, we had to know how to say certain things, but I got to work on those names and stuff. So anybody in Russian, come over and I slip it up a little bit. My apologies. Oh, this is freaking good. Yes, I will not eat the fermented soybeans for about 3 weeks. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give out shout out to everybody. I fucking love you. And then we're gonna come back on and we're gonna get into this giants of North America. Well, we're gonna get into it. Rondo, Mikey, ABJR. What's going on, beloved? Sue, what's up, baby girl? Mikey Hill. It's good. Hey, Papa Daddy was cracking. T. Hines. Humphrey French, what's going on? Alicia and Cooper. I love to have the women here. Come on, guys. Excellent. Tia to you. Hey, what's going on, Kenpo? Gendrit? For the world to see media. Haven't seen you, brother. Nah, melanated nobility. Get rid of that black shit. I love you, though. Ray Whoop. What's going on? How's the wifey, man? Yeah, it's good evening. Equator 7, salute, brother, salute. What's going on, man? It's good to see y'all. Number love. We are so much more than any color, anything, anything. We're sentient. God damn it, we are immortal. And y'all all need to speak that shit. Immortal. A voice of sound, frequency, powerful waves. Why is it that we can keep the light even in the darkest of the hemisphere? Y'all need to know this. Be this. Good. Now listen. We are sentient. We're beyond that. When I say this is the Republic of Tartaria, I mean it. The Asia Superior, the old world, the ancients knew of, who we derived from, where there was no crayon colors and ethnicities, races, and all this other complete bullshit. And for those who want to hold on to the diseased mentality and minds, I'm not for you. If you don't want to grow up, to blow up, to be up, to move up, what the fuck are you doing here? Then I got to throw in some Clint Eastwood. God damn it, I'm ready. I don't know about you motherfuckers. I'm ready to light the cannons, Nichols. Which one is this? Bell Horse Rider? Which one is this? Good, Bad, and Ugly? Which one? Well, I ride, boy. Y'all just don't know. I really ride. The Django? It's good shit, ain't it? Okay, enough of that shit. I won't play all that. Anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in. All right. And we're going to get further and further. And I want to discuss something. I would like to see Westside do a panel. I can do it and set it up. We get into we elaborate. And I hope Big Mike comes in, DJ. I hope those of you who are not political, but you understand the bullshit in the political, the policies. We can talk about how they're moving against the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, how they're slowly chipping away at the Fourth, allowing you to be safe in your own, with your own, traveling, all that. And if y'all up for that, I'll set it up. Okay? Give me a 1 if you're up for that. And I'll converse with a couple of the brothers and sisters and see if they willing to come on. So I give you a little time to research it. Because the shit that I'm seeing is all so one-sided. It's all to feed, all the peckerwoods that got guns. Like, I ain't doing shit with them. Always talking about tyranny. We've been under tyranny the whole time all you motherfuckers been here. Now, we want y'all to wake up and snap about your coma and shit. Thank you, Rondo. See, Rondo, quick. What's wrong with the rest of y'all motherfuckers? One, you want to talk about it so we can get into the communication, the conversation, not be vexed in the bullshit of the nonsense we're dealing with. So I'll set up a platform and I'm gonna converse with I know Trauma Hawk would be good for the conversation too. I'm gonna hit Trauma, I'm gonna hit West Side, Rondo, you're in there. I'll hit ToLU'S Cherokee, I'll hit Snoo. I don't know if she's still here. I'll hit a few other people. And if y'all want to come on in, when I set it up, that's gonna be the topic. All right, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. That's what it's gonna say. And we can talk about it from our, you see what I'm saying? From our position. And we can enlighten motherfuckers at the same time, all in harmony. We created this shit. To which we did. England ain't created a constitution. The motherfuckers ain't come over here smart enough to do that. The niggas was chopping down trees that bear life and fruit, killing and eating everything that walk and move, fucking the wrong holes of men. raping babies, and couldn't read or write, a product of their little small hat older brothers, and you think they was able to do some fake shit in 1700s? Okay. And we controlled all of government here, the republic. That's why they was hunting everybody with Federalist Papers, killing them, trying to destroy it. I still have mine. I'm gonna finish this shit up and get the fuck off of here. I've been on here over an hour and a half. What the hell's wrong with me? I've been taking my goddamn time. It's Saturday. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Y'all know the share. We had a whole bunch of motherfucking haters come in. They can't like or do shit. Just people like to sit on their thumb, you know, stare they mint chocolate chip up and just be wasting time. And then we had some of the motherfuckers we was talking about come and watch. I'll love when they come and watch. You feel me? Oh, we got a lot of ones. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that shit. All right. Love y'all like a motherfucker, cuz. Y'all already know. My beautiful sisters, my beloved brothers, 2 and 1. You already know where the fuck we stand at. Yes, I put the thumb here because I'm not in service no more, all right? But I'm in service. You dig what I'm saying? Get with y'all a little later. We're going to dig into that. Giants in North America. Love you all.